guys, today's a sad day, and I'll tell you why. I got the Geo app a little while ago, and I was just going to go out and see how these tires done on the motor. Well, I got a little overconfident. It seemed like it was going to hook to the point where it was bogging just on the, the motor and the turbo, letting it rip at 5,000. So what I done, I come back in the house, got that nice hot nitrous bottle. Remember that? Remember showing that in that video? Well, that was a very, very, very bad idea. Well, let me wipe this camera off. So, very, very bad idea, right? Stop and got some E85, hooked the bottle up, all this. I'm about 20 minutes from home, right? Stuff like this always happens when you're far away. So, as you can see, free trol's back in the garage. Well, it wasn't for, let's just say, nothing but luck that it's sitting right here right now. And you can tell this is the same day as the other video because my finger's still taped up with green tape. So it's Sunday night. Right, it started to cool off. I was going to go get some data for a video. And, everything's going to be happy. And, this was supposed to be that video where the car actually done what it was supposed to do. Well, you see my little friend behind me? This is a gallon of water. This is one of two. So, I got that 2 gallons of water. Let me let this camera down a little bit. So I got 2 gallons of water. I let the car cool off because it was about 240 degrees. Well, the reason why it was about 240 degrees, I was leaving the gas station where I hooked the nitrous bottle up. Alright? And here comes this dude along on his little motorcycle. Well, I let this thing eat. And then the dude on the motorcycle decided to warp over in front of me and slow down. Keep in mind, I'm probably running 100, 110 miles an hour. So, I'm pretty irritated at that point. Right, like anyone would be. Well, he hit it. Well, so did I. And I probably run this thing up to God knows how fast. But the speedometer was pegged for a very long time in 2 years. I would venture to guess we were on the high side of probably 160 miles an hour. When this thing let out the most wonderful, glorious steam locomotive impression that anybody's ever seen in their life. I looked down and temperature gauge is buried. And that's where this next clip's going to come in. Well, that was about the end of the fun. Went out and do some testing, and I'm sitting on the side of the road because it just blew all the antifreeze out of it. So, yeah. So, yeah, the overflow's full. There's antifreeze blown everywhere down through there. It was coming out of the downpipe. It was steaming out of the vent. But, yeah, wonderful stuff. So, yeah, I'm on the side of, let's just say, the Mexico border in a Geo Metro on a set of drag slicks and a nitrous bottle, laptop, and a phone in the mount. Couldn't be a worse situation if somebody just pulled up, right? So I let it cool off. I dumped the water that is in the overflow. Luckily there was some in there. I dumped it back in the radiator. I was like, I hope this thing starts. Because if it starts, I can make it to the nearest Dollar General because, you blink and there's one right around the corner. Well, there was one about 3 miles away from me. So I take off down this little curvy 2-lane road on a set of drag slicks and this Geo. I'm hauling it. because I know I don't have long before this thing gets nuclear hot again. Right as I roll up to a guy and his dog walking right down the middle of the road. Now keep in mind this thing's chuffing like a steam locomotive out the hood. You would think somebody with some common sense would get out of the road. No. So I got around him, made it, and got my water. I let the car cool off about 20-30 minutes or so. Made a phone call just in case that when I poured water in it would not hold it. Well, I got the car started back up, you know, steam locomotive. Yeah. So at this point I got to climb a hill, a pretty big hill. So I let her eat. Get up the hill, cut the car off, let it coast, you know, as far as it'll coast. You know, a mile or two on flat ground or downhill is about what it'll coast. So I repeat that several times, pulling over, pouring some water in it. And I made it halfway through the way home. I'm like, okay, just please get me back. Right? Let it cool off some more, pour some more water in it, and I made it right in the driveway right as it got about 230 degrees. So this is that point where I literally just got home a few minutes ago. Everything just kind of fell in line and went okay. As far as what's wrong with it, I don't know. I have some thoughts. It's got a blown head gasket. I know that 100% for sure. But I think it may also have something else going on. Because not only is it blowing white steam, it's blowing blue smoke too. So it probably broke a ring land on piston or something along that lines or something. I don't know. But at this point, I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to just show y'all under the hood. And I mean, there's no rods or anything hanging out of it. But, you know, it's definitely hurt. So these spots on the hood are, you know, they're water and oily stuff. That all come out when, you know, bad stuff happened. I got some pretty dark, oily looking spots over there. It seems like everything that may have blew on the windshield may have just been water, and same on the roof. So that's good. And the other good thing is it's not milky under the oil cap. So that tells me that that water is going straight into the combustion chamber. Because it's not leaking it. But this is how much not water it's got in it, guys. She's you know, she's bone dry, and I know y'all can't see because it's dark in there, but there's, you know, this residue around the cap. But she sure kept pushing it out into the overflow and then out into the thing. And after my last thing right here, I know you can see in there, it looks like her spots on the hood, don't it? Yeah, that's combustion gases. So I know this video is kind of everywhere, but it's been an afternoon, guys. You know, it went from one of the most exciting days that I've had in a while. Everything's kind of just went kind of okay all day. So, yeah. So, at this point, we got to tear this thing down. And it's not going to be today. It might be a day or two before I tear the car down. Most because, yeah, I just spent, you know, almost $900 in tires and wheels. And a little more if you count the control arms, wheel bearings, and struts, and all that other stuff that I put on it. Literally drove it about 10 miles, maybe 20. So let's just put it this way. The Project Free Throw Fund is broke. Of good positive things, the Mustang went home yesterday. Since I know that family, I let the car go home before getting paid on it. So hopefully everything will work out good there. And that'll give me a little money to fix Project Free Throw, along with paying, normal bills. So I just wanted to kind of fill y'all in what was going on and all the excitement that I have no videos of the passes or nothing, because, I wasn't planning on making a video on this today. It was going to be tomorrow afternoon. I was just trying to see what I need to change and if I need to change anything. And, this is the way it goes, guys. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff with this car that y'all don't see, like tuning and, air pressure changes and timing changes and fuel changes and, stuff like that. Stuff that when you build a dedicated race car that you would be doing at the track in the pits if the car didn't quite run like it's supposed to. So at this point, I'm going to put this thing back up on the car always. So don't be surprised if the next video you see that it's still in the garage, because it did leave the garage and this is proof of that. But I'm going to push it back over on the other side of the garage, get the red 70 back in here, and maybe tomorrow afternoon, if I don't mow my yard, I'll tear this motor down and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not bad enough that I have to send the head of the machine shopper to block. But we're at least looking at probably freshening it up this time. So we'll just have to see what's inside of it. So until the next one, guys, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.